Here's how Manchester United were relegated back in 1974 and how they got back to the top. Manchester United entered 2025 in a relegation battle, marking their worst season in recent memory. Now, the last time United were actually relegated from the first division was in 1974, and even back then it carried just as much as drama and shock as today's struggles. Only 6 years prior to that relegation in 1968, United had a legendary team that won the European Championship under the management of Matt Busby, legendary captain Bobby Charlton, star striker Dennis Law, and best player in the world George Best. The decline began when manager Busby retired a year later. Bobby Charlton and Dennis Law at ages 36 and 33 left their club in the next 2 years, and George Best at 28 succumbed to heavy drinking and eventually departed the club as well. So United entered the 1973 season without any major goal scorers and spent the entire campaign fighting relegation. Their fate was sealed in a dramatic fashion when their former legend Dennis Law himself, playing for their rivals Manchester City, scored a backheel goal that put the nail in the coffin for United's relegation. The club did manage to secure immediate promotion the following season, but they spent much of the 1970s struggling. In the 1980s, they began to find some success in cup competitions with players like Brian Robson and Ray Wilkins. Then in 1986, Sir Alex Ferguson is hired and the rest is history. Or it was for 25 years, and then he leaves the club and United are back to where they were in the 70s. So essentially, Man United were only ever dominant under two managers, Matt Busby and Sir Alex, and any other time they've been struggling to recapture those glory days of those two managers.